guys, welcome back. Today is Monday the 3rd. It's about 1:30. Super low-key day today. No makeup. Hair is usually in a bun. But if you can hear the noises in the background, it's super windy today and my vacuum is going. I got a Roomba, so. Did some cleaning. Did some work. Yeah, that's what you call that. Ended up getting up at 5 because my husband, well, actually was able to sleep in a little bit, but the wind has a tendency to wake my husband up and he's not able to fall back asleep. So it's probably a good thing I don't snore or anything, right? Yeah, woke him up at 5. He got up and showered and was out the door before I had even opened my eyes barely. I was conscious enough that I knew he was leaving and that he was getting ready and stuff, but didn't actually realize that it was only 5 at the time. So I made some good progress on my Disneyland map. I had basically gotten to, oh dang it, hang on, okay. I thought I had stitched one of the side strings in. So I got the ghost pretty much done. There's one stitch missing, but that is a dark blue that goes over here. So got the green up here done, got a lot of this green done, put in the white that was in the house, which also came down here a little bit. You can sort of see it. And, oh, and then there's 2 yellow stitches up here, which ended up being in this area as well. And it comes down here more, but I ran out of thread, so I just kept it going. So you can see I got a lot more of this filled in. I did more of this dark green down here. I filled in pretty much all of this area in the dark green. There is more of it over here, but the natural flow just had me come do these bits around here and come down here. And then this stitch where you can see the needle coming out is where, I'm just gonna pull that all the way through, is where the 1,000 stitch mark ended for the outrageous task. Because we have to post photos every 1,000 stitches. So I just left it there. But I might continue doing this. This would be a good piece to use for one of the weekly extra credits, which is, there's 3 sisters that are in the book, and we have to stitch on something that has stitch on something in a piece that has, or that starts with the same letter as the first letters of their names. So I'm sure there's stuff in here I can use. There's a lake for Lucinda. I forget the, Ruby, I think. So that would be, that doesn't work, but I know there's stuff in there that'll work. And then the other one was M, so there's definitely an M, the mansion. So I've already got 2 of those. So I think I'm gonna do it for that because we have to stitch exactly 111 stitches for each prompt. And this particular piece, the way I'm stitching it, is just really good for getting in single letters or single numbers. I think I have figured out what I want to use for most of the other tasks. This one, I need to see if there's flowers in this one because this one might work too. Because that's the only one that I have. I know I have projects with flowers, but none that are really ready to go. Fairy Tale Bookshelf, but I took that off to put on this. So I'm gonna see if there's flowers in here because everything else will fit in another pattern I have, I'm almost positive, which is my chatelaine. So I'm gonna pull that out again, I think. Because I have to stitch on something blue or red, but it's really gonna be blue. Something with beads and something with an animal you wouldn't eat, or something you wouldn't eat. So peacocks, beads, and I know there's blue in there somewhere. That's the part I have to look at. I have to see if I'm at that area yet. But I did put in some more. Very little bit. I just put in this first color of green on my peacock, my other peacock. And I think I have 30 more stitches until I can hit one of the 1,000 mark. Outrageous. And then I have another 1,000 to put in for the yearly. The monthly, so I basically have 2 more weeks to put in 5,000 stitches on George if I want to make my deadline, which will be interesting because I don't know if I'm going to make it. But the monthlies are, I think I have them mostly figured out. I haven't looked too much into them because I was busy stitching on this for the pop-up. But I think those are going to be a lot of smaller projects. So like my Christmas ornaments, possibly my Christmas stocking. Oh, let's face it, small for me projects. Yeah, I'm going to really try to focus on just the weeklies and George this week. Since, ooh, that was interesting. Fire truck just went by that had lights on but no siren. And we're on a weird side street that has a lot of dips and speed bumps on it, so it's kind of weird that he came down this one. But anyway, oh, there's another one. Okay, they must be on a call in the neighborhood. Oh, and another one. Yeah, this is fun. I kind of want to go look and see what's going on. Sorry about that distraction. So I'm going to try to, like I said, focus on George this week. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Ooh, I didn't think I had to go, but apparently my husband signed us both up for cleaning, so I still have fillings that I need to get done, but I haven't scheduled that appointment yet. Oops. But it should be a pretty slow week. I don't have my teacher meetings until next week and the week after, so I'm going to try to really focus on, like I said, George and the weeklies. Or weekly, because I only have the one. And see where I'm at. So thank you guys for stopping by, and I will see you all tomorrow. I am going to try to get more cleaning in today, but we'll see where that goes. Talk to you later. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday the 4th. It is about 1:45 in the afternoon, and I have to leave soon because I have a dentist appointment at 4, but it's like an hour away because it's my husband. Well, it started off, it was my husband's dentist when he was a kid, but that guy retired, and now we're still just going to the office and seeing the guy who took over. I don't get it. I'm thinking about changing because it's a little ridiculous, but mainly because traffic is awful down there. But I need to pick up my husband first because he took the train to work. So anyway, I am going to I usually get there early, so I'm going to take some stitching with me. But I did start the Disneyland map for 333 stitches that were put in. Got a lot of the green done, and now you can definitely see the water tower forming with the little circular part. Put in some brown stitches down here. And then I think I ran out of space, or ran out of thread. But basically filled in this whole area. And you can definitely see he looks like a ghost who's got a hat like that he's holding above his head. So I really like how he's had turned out now that I got in all the surrounding stuff. Didn't even know this was a palm tree that was forming, so yeah, basically I had to stop right at 333 stitches. So I do have the trailing thread, but I'm just going to continue working with this at a later date. Although I think I need to take pictures and put them into the outrageous, because I forgot to do that. I have a knot on the back that I just realized. Yeah, turning out really cool. So, like I said, that one got 333 for the bonus for this week's homework. Then I started up my March again. So this one, April has flowers in it. And so I did 200 stitches in the orange. And then the orange wasn't enough, so I started adding the white and then finished adding the white for October has a ghost in it. So something that can haunt your nightmares, or something that you would have nightmares about. So I would have nightmares about ghosts. And then I am going to continue this for a creature or something, a food that you would not eat, because September has an owl in it. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought of saying because there's people in it and I would not eat humans because they are something that other people eat. But I'm gonna go with the owl. Although I think I might put in the humans as a side comment. So there's 2 colors of green left and blue and yellow. So still quite a bit. All the shamrocks have to come in, and there is some back stitching on this one, but nothing too bad. So hopefully this will be done relatively soon. But I'm thinking I'm not going to pull out my chatelaine. So sorry if you got excited about that. Just because loading it up and trying to count stitches on that, I think is going to be a pain. So I'm going to pull out Cinderella instead and use her for the blue stitches because I'm about ready to work on her headband, and I did double check that that is blue. And I'm going to finish up part of her hair because she also has beads, or will eventually have beads. So hopefully I can finish up the yellow part of her hair that I'm working on now for that bit. And then because with the blue, you actually have to stitch with that color. So I'm going to start with the yellow and see if I'm able to finish it out. So what I'm going to do is take the March block with me to my dentist appointment, and I will pack Swirling Peacock just in case. Just in case I finish my stitches that I need to. And we'll see where I get to. So that's all I have for you guys today, nice and short. I will see you guys all hopefully tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Wednesday the 5th. It is, I think, about noon. I forgot to look before I started, but I have very little bit of life updates and a mini finish for you. By the way, my craft room smells really good because I have my coffee in here, but I got this new stuff, which is the San Francisco Bay coffee. I got it on Amazon. And it's all, like, the whole pot is compostable. I've been trying to be better about being more environmentally conscious. So I got these because K-cups are really bad for the environment. So the whole thing for these is compostable. And I don't know what it is, but it tastes really good too. My whole office smells amazing. So, like, I was using Starbucks and stuff before, and like it didn't make my craft room smell. Weird. So if you're thinking about going a little bit greener, this comes in a variety pack too. So they have 4 flavors, I think. And they also have they have 4 different kinds, but then they also have like a flavored variety pack too. So look up San Francisco Bay. You can also just type in compostable K-cups in like the Amazon search bar. So I told you guys that I had my dentist appointment. It actually went much better than I expected. The cavities that I apparently had last time have disappeared. I have no idea, but procrastination, I guess, is a good thing sometimes. They said last time that I had like two very small cavities, but this time they did x-rays and he like scraped that part of my teeth or like poked it or whatever and like double checked the x-ray but didn't say anything about it. So I'm assuming I'm good. I don't know. But that being said, I did switch to, I forgot the name of them. Oh, the Bite toothpaste. And what did it, like, since I'm trying to be a little bit more environmentally friendly, what it is instead of a tube of toothpaste, it basically is like a little glass bottle you get that has like little toothpaste pills. And what you do is you bite down on them before you start brushing and just like break it up a little bit. And then you start brushing with it with a little bit of water on your toothbrush, and it like creates the foam and stuff that you would normally have. So I think I'm actually brushing better because I brush enough for it to dissolve, which I didn't do before. So I guess that's working better for me too. I've lost a little bit of weight, which I'm really hoping it stays. Just trying to be a little bit more conscious about like how often I'm eating and how much my portion sizes are. I think, I was gonna say I think that's it, but just a little baby update. We're in cycle 3 right now, and what I've discovered is that my cycles are super long, like 35, 40 days. So like right now I'm on cycle day 23 and I'm still waiting to ovulate. So kind of sucks because a normal cycle is like 28 days. So mine are almost double. Not quite, but yeah, it's really frustrating having that long of cycles, but at least I think that's what's happening. If we don't get pregnant this cycle, then we're gonna have to go to a fertility specialist, but I just know it's been a while since I've talked about it, so I just wanted to give you guys a little update. The last thing I'm gonna talk about before I show you my progress is I just watched Stitcherista's video about Aaron the Blind Stitcher, who I haven't had a chance to look at his videos yet, but it's in her latest diamond tube. I forget what number it is. But go watch that if you want to see. I'm not going to go over the whole thing because she did it much better than I could. But I also watched Teresa Little Stitcher's video last night. The one that she posted yesterday, which would be Tuesday. And so basically there's been a bunch of trolls going around and leaving a bunch of hate comments. And I just wanted to put a little thing out there saying, guys, it's not okay. I haven't seen any on my videos, but I know I'm a smaller channel than they are. So I don't think it's any of you guys. You guys are all great, but yeah, just let's try to spread some love, spread some good vibes. There's enough bad stuff in this world as it is. Like, there's no reason for it. So just wanted to give my condolences to Aaron. I hope you get videos back up soon, and I will come and watch. Now that stuff in my life has settled down a little bit, I actually have more time. Things are looking a little bit better. There was some drama in my family for a while, as far as possibly needing to take custody of some of the kids in my family. I'm not going to go too much into it because kids are involved and stuff like that, but we think things are going okay with that. I still have to talk to some people, but that was weighing really heavily on our minds for a while because that would be a big change. But so far, we think everything's going okay. And so now everything's settled down a little bit. Anyway, on to crafting, since that's what we're here for. So I did finish just now the March block of the Year of Celebrations. Kind of hard to see. There's a very light blue in here and down here, but it's not showing up. It shows up a lot better in person. It's just the camera's not picking it up very well. You can kind of see it. But so this one finished off the homework for something that I wouldn't eat. And then I went ahead and at that point I had put in all the light green, all of the orange, all of the white, and all of the black. So then what I did is I knew I only had the dark green and the blue left. So, and I had finished the yellow too. So all I had to do was, or what I decided to do is we did open up 2 new areas of the park to unlock, and you had to put in 100 stitches minimum for both of those. So I did the 100, in the dark green. And then I just went ahead and finished it and put the rest of those stitches in the other, which ended up being like 300 or something. So I think we're the first group to unlock Cinderella's castle, because we finished that up like just a few minutes ago. So good job, Boardwalk. And we're already a good way into one of the other ones. So I think it's the Hollywood Boulevard. We opened up that, and I don't remember the other one. But yeah, our team's doing really good. It hasn't been officiated yet that we did Cinderella's Castle, but that one was 400,000 stitches we had to do as a group. So I'm just going to keep showing this to you because this is cool looking. So I am doing these all in DMC, and I'm really liking how bright they're turning out. Just showing it a little bit closer so you can see. So there's actually like 3 colors in here. There's a white, and then the light green and the dark green. But yeah, so I'm excited to add this one or finish this one off and add it to my little mini finish pile. I did put up February. I'm on it. Did it the first day. Go me. Hopefully I can keep up with it. I have the fabric picked out, which is this one. I'll show it to you guys when it's totally done, but yeah, I think it'll look cool on there. The greens don't match, but I almost prefer that. Just because greens, blues, and reds are really hard to match, like tone-wise. So anyway, I have 2 more homeworks to do, and I'm really glad that I decided not to do my chatelaine, because I thought those were more stitches, and they're only 100 each. I thought they were like 200 or 300 each, but those 2 prompts are only 100. So I'm really glad I decided to go with Cinderella. So I'm actually going to go do that now. I'm going to check work and see if I have to do anything, but so far it's been a pretty quiet day, and I'm going to go grab a little bit of lunch, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Thursday the 6th, right? Yes. It's about 2:15. Got some work done this morning and some progress stitchy wise last night. So the first thing I did was finished my weekly homework. So I did the 200 stitches on Cinderella. And I really love, I don't think I've used this color before. It's 161, which is a gray blue. And I really love the color of it, especially against the yellow. We're almost at the point where we're gonna be done with the yellow. We've got, I think it goes down to about here. Well, this color yellow. But it took longer than I was planning because there are a lot of quarter stitches in there. Don't know if it's gonna show. I haven't really played with this camera yet, so I'm not sure how good the front-facing camera is. But yeah, liking that one. Then I continued to work. I decided I didn't want to, got a spot on my fabric, I don't know what that's from. I worked more on Swirling Peacock. I didn't want to pull out George because it was already kind of later on at night. And the yellow is now totally done. I just now finished up this last swirl down here and like the couple of missing bits in there. So I have, like I said, one more column. Technically it's a column and a little bit, but I'm gonna do them at once. And then we get to the beads and backstitch. I was going to pull out George, but honestly, I'm just loving this so much right now that I think I'm just gonna finish this out. Stitch to completion. It's a little bit wrinkly, so it's definitely gonna need a wash and an iron, but especially like right there. But yeah, it's looking really good. So my plan for today is to basically just work on this as much as I can. I am using it for a yearly extra credit. I have another 500 stitches until I finish the yearly portion of it. And then I don't have another, the lowest amount for the yearly is 2,000. So I don't think I have another 2,000 in it. I'm looking at the back stitch, and I might with the back stitch, but I think I'm just going to put it into the next I have two options. I can either wait until I get the weekly, like the next weekly homework, and see if it fits there. I'm gonna try to look at the monthly homework and see if I can fit it into one of those when I reach the 2,000 mark, because I know I definitely have like 500. Or I can just put it into the next part of the park we're opening. We did finish Cinderella's Castle, I think I mentioned. We finished Hollywood Boulevard. Now we're on Grand Avenue, which I already put my stitches in for that. But we have 2 or 3 more areas of the park that are opening, I think soon. I think within the next, either next week or we open them right away, like once we finish these 2. So not sure, but those are such small stitch counts that I really think I'm gonna look at the monthly first. And since it's already Thursday, I could wait for the weekly, but I really don't want to, because I think I might finish the stitching part of it today. So, and then I'll start the back stitch. So we'll see where I get to. And that's all I have for today. Nice and short, so I will see you guys all tomorrow. Hi guys, hope you guys are all doing well. Today is Friday the 7th. It is about 2:30 and I have some progress. I got on Virtual Stitchers last night and ended up getting quite a bit done. So I've been doing backstitch and finished not only all of that green cryneck, which is here in the feathers and here in the swirls, but all of the blue backstitch, which is these feathers right here, like the hexagons, and all the feathers all the way around the piece. And I'd started with it, but I also did, oh, and the blue is also up here in his, I don't know what they call that, little feather crown thing. But I did this black backstitch as well. So now the beak is defined. And this means I only have one color left that I've already started today, which is, so this is actually supposed to be this gold cryneck, but I ran out and I really didn't want to order more. So I'm just using this cryneck because I have a lot left over and it's still gold to put in, and it's kind of hard to see. It's like hexagons basically. So it's just gonna look just like this. And that color will come down to the feathers, where you basically just have a line going to each feather to like be the thick part of the quill. Also don't know what you call that, but yeah, I'm super happy with my progress on this. I'd gotten to about here when I'd run out of thread, and I was gonna call it a night. It was about 11:30, but I was having so much fun excuse me, I was having so much fun talking that I just decided to keep going with it. And I wasn't planning on doing it all, but it went pretty quick. So I am feeling pretty tired today, not going to lie. But that's okay. I'm going to try to get this done today, which would be amazing. I have the beads for it. I'm 99.9% sure. And the beads really won't take that long because there's not that many. There's beads in each of the feather eyes, and then there's the beads in the moon, and a few beads around, but I don't think, and I'm not a beading fan at all. I had to make sure I had my clear nylon thread for my beading. But yeah, I don't think it's going to take that long. I definitely thought that the backstitch would take a lot longer. So we'll see how long it takes to do the gold. I think I said that's the only color I have left. And then hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow with a finish. And I know I need to work on George, but then I was kind of thinking it'd be really fun to pull out my chatelaine. Since I mentioned it the first time, it's been calling to me. So I may pull that out and do some monthlies on it. But we'll kind of see where I'm at tomorrow. I think this is going to be a busy weekend because of the stuff that we have to do around the house. We have to, well, we need to call an electrician, but there's a bunch of wood that I want to cut up and make planter boxes out of. And the house just needs a general cleaning. So there's a couple, oh, and we have to put our shed back together. We had a big like bush that basically had grown up onto the shed, and it was so heavy because our gardeners weren't trimming it that it like almost collapsed our shed. Like the whole shed is like, so if this is the back of the shed, it's like this leaning in to the inside of the shed. So we don't know if it's savable. If it's not, I'm okay with that because I want to get a new shed and make it a craft room shed. I want a she shed. Just because there's not that much light in here, because our house faces north-south. So, plus I'd like to be able to go out in the garden. And I'm trying to convince my husband that we should screen in the porch so that the cats can go out and I can actually stitch outside. We live in Southern California. We might as well enjoy it. If I'm going to be stuck here, I want to enjoy the weather, especially because it's going to get really hot really soon. So hopefully we can go look at screening and stuff. He wants to do a temporary one because he's like really afraid to do anything permanent to this house. I don't know why, but yeah, he's like, well, we can just do temporary screens. I'm like, that doesn't work. So anyway, I'm hoping it'll be a busy weekend because we're going to get some stuff done that we've been wanting to do for a while and just haven't been doing. I do have some good news. I found out, well, basically my mom called me, and she'll probably call me any time now, but she called me really wanting to go to Vegas because she got her tax return. She really enjoys gambling. I don't like Vegas. I don't like gambling. However, Stitcher's Paradise is in Vegas. So we decided that we would go ahead and go with her. It's Friday today, so it's not next weekend, but the weekend after. And we'll be there from Saturday through Monday. So that'll be exciting. Have some stuff to show you guys. I know I'm trying not to buy a lot, but Stitcher's Paradise really does not count because we only go once a year anyway, if even. So, well, then my husband was talking about flying. I'm like, that's fine, but I'm going to get an Uber to go to the store. That's literally the reason I go to Vegas. But we still haven't decided if we're driving or flying. So hopefully we're driving. That way I can get some stitchy time in. I just really don't like flying, especially super short flights, because they make me sick. and the constant, like, basically because once you get up, you're going right back down again. It's not really enough time to pull out cross stitch. It's not time to, you could probably pull out a book, but you can't even watch like a whole movie. So yeah, just hoping we drive, because it's about a 5.5, 6 hour drive, depending on when you leave. But I get where he's coming from, since he's the one that's driving all that. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know, I'm sure. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Sunday the 9th. It is about 12:30. My cat decided not to stay with us. And I have some progress. So I put in another 2 rows on George, but he's in the other room, but you know what he looks like. And I just finished up fully finishing my March block of the year in celebrations. As in, like, literally the glue is still drying. And actually I noticed it's a little too far to the right, so try to fix it really quick. Yep, it's fine. And my big one that I did was, you guys actually haven't seen this one, finished, because I went ahead and just FFO'd it. So I finished this Friday night. I was on Virtual Stitchers and I had done all the backstitch one day, and I think that's when you had seen it. Or not all the backstitch, I think I had finished a good part of backstitch. But did all the backstitch. And then Friday night I finished up all of the beading. So I did make a change. The beads that are in here, in the actual eyes, you can sort of see them, were white. And peacock eyes and their tails are not white. So I just went ahead and found actually a dark purple that I had in my stash. I had a few beads that would have worked, but I wanted to put a little bit of purple in there once I made that decision, because peacocks were our wedding theme, and we did have like purple accents at our wedding. So, and it's still like a royal purple, like very peacocky color, and you can definitely see them a lot better in person, like all sparkles and beads. But, and then the moon and the peacock's eye and all around the tail has those light blue beads that I thought looked like would look weird at first in the moon, but they actually look really cool. And then there are French knots. These gold ones right here are not beads. Those are French knots, but there's only like 10 of them, so. Kreinik French knots. And then the Kreinik there. And all of the Kreinik in the tail. And then all that down there is Kreinik. All the back stitching. The only part that's not not Kreinik that just back stitched is this black that I showed you guys last time. Everything else, like the plumage in his hair is. Yep, lots of sparkle, and it is on an opalescent fabric, which you guys can kind of see. So super, super sparkly. I thought about painting the frame, but again, my bridesmaid dresses were black, so I decided to go ahead and do a black frame. I forgot to date it, but that's okay. I actually had trouble with this. So what happened is I had first put the backing on, and the backing for it is really tight. You can see it kind of sticking up a little bit. I'm able to get it on. I'm not always able to back my pieces, depending on how thick the fabric is. But I think I've learned my lesson. I actually cut this mat, or this foam core, about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch short. And I think that's what I need to do to be able to back them. So I put it in, I put the backing on, which was a pain in the butt. Turn it around, and right up here, like right through there, there was a white, like, mat board fragment or something. Like something super small like that. But enough that you could see it. Took everything out again, started to pull off. I noticed as I was super looking at it, some cat hairs and stuff that I think had been on the glass, even though I bought the frame yesterday. If you have pets, you understand. That I didn't see, so when I'd stuck it into the glass, it had picked up the cat hairs and stuff too, so, and I have a black cat. So I grabbed that out and was trying to pull off all the hairs and stuff, and then I decided to go ahead and use a lint roller, but it's not an actual, like, it's this, and what it is it's not like the paper lint rollers that has the sticky stuff on it. This is silicone that is washable. So you, like, once it gets no longer sticky, you just wash it all off and then you can reuse it again. So it doesn't leave any residue on the fabric or anything like that. So I lint rolled it, thinking that it wasn't going to be super sticky because the one that I was using was already a little bit dirty. But it was sticky enough that it ended up pulling out that bead and that bead. So I already had it mounted and laced. So I had to figure out what to do. And so because this was an older piece, I didn't use pin stitch when I was securing those threads, since I think they just pulled out easier. So what I ended up doing was threading the needle through, like, the corner of it, and then bringing the needle out, like, all in one piece, like you would the sewing method. Then threading the needle as it's in the fabric. So it basically would look like, you know, you would a needle book. So it's sitting through, what is this needle? So, you know, it's sitting in the fabric like this. I would then thread the needle so that then I could pull it all the way through and the needle wouldn't get stuck in the back. And then I made sure to do basically as almost the length of the needle into the fabric so that it would have as much backing as it could, if that makes sense. So that more of the thread was behind, and then I just cut the thread. So I use invisible, and I wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't think, if it wasn't invisible thread. I might still have been able to, but so that way it still should be secure, and the beads are being pressed against the glass anyway, so hopefully that'll be good. But really happy with this one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna kind of miss stitching it, but on to bigger and better things. Literally bigger in some cases, because even though this is a 12 by, it ends up measuring about 9 by 11, I think. And the frame is a 12. How big is the frame? It's an 11 by 14. It's like an 11 by 17, but I knew that wasn't right. I do have bigger pieces, so. For today, I'm going to go stitch some more in George. I started watching Supernatural. Got 3 episodes in, I think. So I'm gonna go finish watching that. And I do have some ideas for the homework next week. I know I'm gonna stitch on my stocking. And I know it's going to be a very Christmassy week. Because I'm going to have my stocking. More than likely I'm going to have the Christmas ornaments, because I think those are closest to a finish. And yeah, that might be everything actually. I need to think about my other. I just realized my iPad wasn't plugged in. Sorry. I need to figure out what the other homework, well, not figure out, but remember what the other homework prompts are. But yeah, I think I can fit everything on 2 or 3 pieces. So, I might be able to use, I don't know, I might pull out Hocus Pocus depending on what. I'll have to look at my ornaments again, because you have to stitch on something with more than 3 people. And I think my ornaments, and it does have to be actual humans, but I think my ornaments only have 2, because I think I put an elf and Santa on there. So probably will pull out Hocus Pocus, because that's the only thing I can think of that has more than 3 people other than Fairy Tale Bookshelf. But, ooh, no, I can pull out Harry Potter, because I was thinking about pulling out Harry Potter for my monthly extra credits as well. So I don't know, we'll see what I decide, but it's probably gonna be Harry Potter actually. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday, the 11th, maybe? Yeah, go me. It's about 7:15 at night. My husband went to happy hour, so he is not currently home, but I wanted to show you some of my progress and break my stand at the same time. So I finished 4 out of the 5 homework prompts. Hopefully that doesn't fall. The first thing I stitched was my stocking. I put in 400 stitches on it, all in that dark green color that's right there, which is the back of his sleigh. And this was for something that reminds you of your dad, because my dad collects Santa Clauses, like Santa Claus figurines. And something that, like the luminescent on a sea of dark, like floating on a luminescent cloud in the sea of dark. So he is floating in the dark sky, and he is luminescent because not only are his colors very bright, but but it has the moon on it. Next up, I had 400 stitches on my dimensions. Oh, the stocking is dimensions too. Dimensions Santa Pals ornaments. And I added the dark blue all the way on this side, the light blue over the whole piece so far. I still have a little bit more to go down here, but I had to stop at the 300 mark and come in and do 100 stitches on a face. So the blue was 300 stitches for something. What was that one? I do not remember. It was 100 stitches on a face, and you had to stitch on the face. So I put in the white, which is kind of hard to see. There we go. And the blue is for whatever's closest to a finish. So this, I'm pretty sure, is my piece that's closest to a finish. I do have my other set of ornaments, which are these ones. This is another Dimensions kit. This one is on perforated plastic, and it is the Christmas jar ornaments. But I still think this one's closer. They're both not far though. And I'm currently working on make sure I had my needle on there. My last bit of the homework, which is to stitch on something that has more than 3 faces on it, and they have to be human faces. So otherwise I would have used my Christmas pals and I would have just kept going with it, but since it has to be human faces, I am working on bring it up again for you guys. My Harry Potter, it's been a little while since you guys have seen it, which is why I want to bring it up again. But it's my Tilton Crafts Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Which is basically the movie poster. That was close. Oh. Completely slipped out of my hands. So it's the Harry Potter movie poster, which is now retired. It was a limited edition. And it's fairly big, but it's not, I don't think, insane. It is 300 by 445. So, I mean, it's decent, but it's not huge. And I started, it's 28 count DMC fabric with, or the Lugana, and I'd started going all the way across. It's 2/1 tent stitch. Came back and then decided to just go by page. So there's a couple little spaces in there that's gonna have color in them, but and this piece, or this first page, isn't even all black. So these stitches, since I have to do 200 stitches, I'm trying to figure out where to put this, it will actually be 400 since it is tent. And it puts me right at, it's the wrong pattern. Will put me right above that bit. So this is all of the first page up until here. I don't want to get it too close, not that you'd be able to stitch it anyway, but so you can see I have a good chunk of color on this page. But for now I figured this is easiest to do the black on, get the stitches in really quick, and I've been wanting to work on this one for a while. So then for the bonus, I'm a little confused by, I need to look and see what everybody else is doing. We have to just post a picture of our favorite width. I don't think we have to stitch stitches, but since one of the prompts has to do with fathers, and that could be a sore spot for some people, I think what they're doing is they're letting you stitch 200 stitches instead of on something father related on the bonus, so you can stitch on your favorite. So I think for the bonus, if we are doing the father one, then all we have to do is post a picture. So that's what I'm hoping. But I'm sure we'll get some clarification because it's just a rule they put into, or a option they put into effect today. So anyway, like I said, I have to put in 400 tent stitches, which is 6 rows. And I already finished 1 row just now, but still have quite a bit left. So I'm gonna work on that the rest of the night. I did put in another 1,000 on George over the weekend. So now he has 4,000 left. Yes. And then I think I mentioned we're going to Vegas. Pretty sure I did. So I'm going to kind of look through my stash and kind of see what I want to work on in the car. It has to be something with bigger holes. So, and something that's not ginormous, like George. Because you can totally see what I'm looking at. So I need to figure out a project to take in the car. So I'll probably work on my monthly extra credits, which is basically something that you love. So either of my Christmas jar or my Christmas Palace ornaments will work for that. And I think I can fit those into 2 prompts. I just have to remember what they are. So I did get one of the monthlies done, and I think there are 4 monthlies plus watching the movie, which I could watch the movie in the car actually too, but I like to try to keep my husband awake. So, and that being said, that we're going to Vegas, Jeffree Star has a new palette coming out on the 21st. We leave on the 22nd for Vegas. The palette, he's got a whole collection, but I'm really only interested in the palette, and it's $54, so that might be my Valentine present / some of my gambling money, since I don't gamble, / having to hear my husband complain because he thinks makeup is useless and a waste of money, but I don't care. The colors are really pretty. They have like purples and pinks, and it's all very royal themed, but very cool colors, so I might have to get that. I wasn't going to, and then I saw his video he posted today that showed all the colors, and he showed swatches, and yeah, definitely gonna have to look into that one. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Saturday, the 15th. Yes, because Valentine's Day was yesterday. It's about 5 o'clock at night, and we're going to go see Sonic in 2 hours. So I haven't come back in a few days. I hope you guys all had a good Valentine's Day. We didn't do anything. We made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and that's it. We didn't really do Valentine's Day, so. Anyway, I kind of lost my stitchy bug, but it came back today. And it came back because I went to my stitchy get-together. That's like a half hour from my house that I try to do every month or so. And I got in some progress on Harry Potter. So it's still all black, and those spots will be filled in with 939, so dark. But it should be reaching some fun stuff soon. This goes down, I think, to about here, and then it starts to really open up and go into Dumbledore, I believe. Oh, I was going to take out my phone to show you, but since I'm filming on it, that's not really going to work. But this is the first movie poster, or the movie poster for the first movie. And I still have all of my stitchy stuff in my bag. But this one is, I don't know how much longer this will be available for, but this was a limited release that she only, I don't know what that's doing. She'd only released 50 of the first time. Get out of the way so you can actually see me. And she had, sorry, I'm trying to work this and it's not doing it right away. So she'd only bought 50 the first time, and she actually just ordered 15 more. And last I looked, there are still 12 left on the site. That was weird. I think it's starting to be a little sleepy. So I'm currently up here and I'm just about here. So I am doing this page by page, except for the top 2 rows. And I think the first page ends like right about here. So hopefully I'll be seeing some color soon. So I got in, I think about 800 stitches on this today because they're tent. And so far I'm liking the coverage. It shows up much splotchier on camera than it does in person. I did find I have to use shorter lengths, like you really can't see those splotches at all in person. And part of that is part of what so that's actually a little bit closer to what it looks like, but a lot of this is just like cat hair and stuff like that. So, but I'm really liking the coverage, but I'm finding I'm having to stitch with smaller lengths or shorter lengths because the lengths I had going for it were shredding the floss, even though it's stitched with 2 threads. So if I haven't been stitching, what have I been doing? Well, a lot of you will be happy to know that I did pull out my diamond painting, and I know a couple of you liked my color by number, so I did another color on that. And I'm leaving it on the hanger just because it holds it all out at once. So you can really start to see this is coming into play. And I I painted all of the blue color that's down here, which is a lot of the color that's over here. So like this pale blue, which is all over. It's not the same color as this, so it's not this giant chunk up here, but it did take me several hours, but I think that's all of that color on the page. So this one does have a lot of blues in it, and it is a scene of London at night. So it's got like the red bus over here, and I'm finding it very enjoyable. I actually still have the paints here because I have to do this on my craft desk, but I was using color 8, and you can see how many different blues are in there. So tons of blues and grays. So that's been enjoyable. I'm glad I can get back to that again. And even more exciting, sorry, I wanted to make sure it didn't crease. I got in 2 more big sections on my Winter Mountain diamond painting. So I got in, it's getting heavy, that whole row right there, which you can start to see the mountains are coming in. And this one's fun because this one you can't really tell, especially with the light pad in the back, you can't tell really what you're diamond painting until it's basically done and you turn off the light pad for the night. So I worked on this for 2 days, and I was finally able to pull out my stand. Sorry, I just found I have a loose diamond. Stand by. There we go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so especially when you turn off the light pad and then you look, like take a step back and look at it, you can really start to see what's coming in. So the detail on this is really nice. The stickiness is not great. It's a Heather-Confetti, and I have had to add, even after using a rolling pin, I've had to go back in and add a couple of, or like redo some of the diamonds because they popped off. So, oh, and I did get the table like drafting table lap stand thing for it. And so I finally was able to pull that out, and so far I'm really liking it. So you will be seeing more crafts coming up because I really am enjoying taking a little break from stitching. And that's all I have for you. So I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you guys for liking and subscribing. If you have any questions or anything, leave them below. And make sure to tell me what you guys like that I'm working on so that I know what to continue doing. I know it's been a long time since I diamond painted. It's been probably 6 months, if not more. So, like I said, I have a whole closet full of them that I need to do, and it is really relaxing. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you see. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next vlog series. Bye.